Hello, this is Mark Wildman of Wildman Athletica, and today we are going to talk about SMART program design. SMART is an acronym that we use in training. Pretty simple. We want our training to be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and we want a timeline for that training. This is an idea that carries through all forms of training. You can do completely randomized training, and you can leave your training up to somebody else, some other coach or something like that. We would like to find programs that follow this pattern. We would like the programs to be specific. We want them to serve a specific purpose. What goal are they trying to meet, and what goal are they trying to achieve? And is that specific to what we as an individual want to do? We would like it to be measurable. There are a lot of programs out there that are not measurable in any way. I see them all the time. I would like there to be some type of data tracking and recording so you know specifically if you're getting closer to your goal or further away from your goals. We would like programs to also be attainable. There are a lot of programs out there that are written for very advanced athletes, but there are not a lot of programs written out there for more of the common man or for people recovering from surgery or from people recovering from injury. I like my goals to be attainable in the best way possible. I definitely prefer my programs to have attainable goals. Telling somebody they need a 600-pound deadlift in 3 months is not really like an attainable goal for your average individual. So attainability is very, very important to program design overall. We would like our programs to be realistic. Realistic can mean a lot of things. The most important one, of course, is, are the movements realistic to what you're training for? The other part of realism is, are things economically viable? Do they work? Is the equipment available? All those other things. A lot of programs are written for very expensive types of equipment. There are a lot of those programs out there. I personally don't like to write those types of programs, and I don't like to do those types of programs because it's not realistic for people to have a $40,000 gym accessible to them at their whim for their own program progressions over time. So realistic is probably the most important one that I see. Are things actually doable with the equipment that you have? And are programs being specifically written for equipment that people can actually attain? And of course, we would like a timeline. Timeline means, can you lay the program out and see the progress over time? There are different ways to do this. I do this in a very specific way where I map out months and months and months of training in advance based on the realistic equipment that I have to get to attainable goals, so that I can measure the data and record it so I can make sure that I'm serving the specific purpose that I want to achieve. This whole thing is just another way to think about organizing your training. There are a lot of these types of things in the training world. This is just the one that I like the most because I really like measurable things. There are a lot of like follow along workouts out there. I also write some follow along workouts. I don't put them in a progressive training category. I put them in a kicker category of training. There are such things as kicker workouts where you do measurable recorded workouts for specific periods of time, and then you throw in kickers, either a couple times a week at the end of a workout, or once a week or once a month. You'll throw in some type of large kicker in order to shock the body while still moving forward with training that's actually going to serve a purpose. This is a very simple idea, but it kind of gets left out a lot. I want to talk about this stuff because these things are how you actually get good at things. There are a lot of programs that are out there that are written that are just kind of follow along workouts that are like 6 weeks long or whatever. I don't like stuff that's not measurable. I don't like stuff that's not specific, and I don't like stuff that's not attainable or that's super expensive or that you can't possibly acquire the equipment to do in the parameters in which you need to do it. Programs actually designed to help people and create permanent change will follow this format. So look at a program, any program you're doing, and figure out if it does these things. If it doesn't do those things, then you need to start figuring out how to add these things to any program that you might have. We're going to keep talking about these ideas over and over and over again because this is the real key to getting what you want out of training. If it's not specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and there is no timeline, it's probably not going to move you towards your goals in the way that you want to move there. This is why most people don't move forward in their training, or they fall off of training, or things become boring or unable to do, because this stuff isn't there. Any one of these things left out of a program will cause a program to fall apart, or will cause the athlete to not want to do the program. If you can get 4 out of 5 of these, you're doing pretty well, but we would like to try to get all 5 of these all the time, no matter what you're training for, whether it's health, longevity, recovery, athletic development, a race, a fight, whatever. We need data for sure. If you don't know numbers, you don't really know a lot about training.